Hey, what's up, everyone? We're SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. This is episode 5, and we are recording on Monday, September 3rd, 2018. I am Doug, and I am joined today by Warren,
Hey, what's up? I got a new mic, everybody.
Jenny,
Hi guys, this is Jenny.
Anita,
Hello.
and once again, I'm Doug. Instagram.com/Doug92Kim. Let's go. And this is our 5th official episode. And as always, we are available on all podcasting platforms, including iTunes and Spotify. And you should also check us out on YouTube. And after this podcast, we're going to have a discussion of the Produce 48 final. And wow, was that final something. But today on our main podcast, our topic is going to be our K-pop biases. So we're going to go into who we like specifically, our biases, and we'll see what happens. But first, we're going to go over the big new releases we had this week. And I only wrote down 3 that were notable for me and in general. So on August 30th, which was Thursday, we had NCT Dream with We Go Up. And on August 31st, Friday, we had 2 releases. We had Jooheon. Wait, how do I pronounce that?
Jooheon.
Jooheon from MonstaX with Red Carpet, and Baekhyun/LOCO with Young. So what do you guys think of these releases?
All right,
NCT Dream.
NCT Dream. Let's go.
So good.
That was amazing. I think it's like probably the best release by NCT Dream so far.
Really?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Yes.
I kind of only agree because I didn't like their previous releases.
Oh, shit.
I thought it was good. Like, I would give it a solid B for passing.
Okay, I give it a solid A++. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was
Okay,
good.
they all grew up so much. The music's good. Dance was good. The music video was good.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not the biggest NCT fan or NCT Dream fan, but I thought it was, as usual for SM groups, very professional. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
I feel that Mark carries the group still, though. I don't know if
He's
that's...
leaving.
So
he's
can
leaving?
you explain to me how that's working? Like, because I don't really get it.
So I think, to my understanding, NCT Dream is gonna be a what's it called? A graduating unit. So
Okay.
after they are adults officially, they will move on to the other units within NCT. So NCT Dream will remain like the younger group,
So
I believe.
does that mean that they're gonna add more kids to NCT over time, or are they just gonna NCT Dream will
Yeah.
eventually become obsolete? Which of the two?
I think they're gonna
Okay.
keep adding people.
Oh
Yeah.
man, crazy.
Like the group NCT itself is supposed to like always add people. It's like infinite. That's like their
Mhm,
concept.
Oh, okay.
So we don't know exactly if they're gonna add it to NCT Dream, but they're still part of NCT, so they could. So
So-
we don't really know.
So the big closest example would be like the AKB system, where they just keep adding kids, I would assume.
Yeah, kind of.
I
Mhm.
feel like it's also close to like after school. You know how they like
Yeah, yeah.
graduate and then they add
Mhm.
new members.
Okay, yeah, I see that. I like that though, because you always get fresh faces then in the group. But for me, I like the song. It's not super my type of song, but it's just like you could tell that these kids have trained a ton. They know what they're doing, and I thought the song was fine. But I don't know. Warren didn't. Well, Warren thought the song was like tolerable, right?
No. I enjoyed it, but I probably wouldn't listen to it again.
Oh snap! Okay.
I've been listening to it a lot.
No, it's a good song. It's just not my kind of song. Like, I'm sorry.
Thing.
I
So
can't wait for it to get on Spotify so I can listen to it every single day.
so
Mhm.
Warren, since you're the rap expert, what did you think of Jooheon's song?
I kind of felt the same way I felt about Jooheon the entire time. Ever
Which
since
is?
he saw him. He always kind of feels like he's like a second something. Like he's a second Zico or like a second DP.
Ah.
I was getting a lot of like Zico, Penomako kind of vibes with this song. And you know what I mean, right? Like
Yeah.
I was getting a lot of like the trendy 2017 summer vibes, and that's kind of like over.
yeah.
Yeah, I do like he's like out of the idol male rappers, he's one of the top, I think.
Oh, definitely.
But it's like there's not like he has the aggressive style generally when he raps, but I feel like he's missing something. I don't know. That's how I always feel about his songs. Like, wow, his flow's good, he's aggressive, but I thought the song was fine. It's just like it felt very similar to the other things I've heard from him. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, pretty much. I would agree with that.
Do you guys know if he like made this song too?
I
As a
Would it?
producer,
I think so
Yeah.
because on the YouTube video they like before the actual title of this his name and the title of the song they had mixtape in brackets. So I assume he did it then.
I see. I see.
It's definitely from him then.
I'm looking this up right now.
But we'll move on and Martin can update us. But what did you think about the Baekhyun LOCO collaboration?
I think it's good.
You know, I thought the song was fine. I think Baekhyun is underrated as a singer. LOCO is, I think he's a very good rapper. I thought the music video, the aesthetics of it were crazy. That's what really caught my
I
eye.
agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's SM.
Yeah, like the paint theme was great for me.
Okay, honestly, I feel like anything with Baekhyun's voice is really great. Like,
He's
honestly.
super underrated. I think everyone knows he's a good singer, but I still think he's underrated.
And
And like,
I mean, Loco's great too. I think this is a really good collaboration.
I think LOCO is good because for me as a rapper, he's like a very approachable rapper by casuals.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because he's a little like, he's not super aggressive. He comes off like a friendly rapper, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think because like SM wouldn't have like a gangster rapper with their artists. So having someone like LOCO fits perfectly with what they're looking for.
Okay, Loco, I saw him in real life in May,
You did.
and he is so like charismatic on stage. Like he's all cute and like fun, friendly kind of image, but like on stage, I was like, wow, like he has stage presence. Like he was
Oh,
really,
really?
yeah.
Last time
Go
I
ahead.
saw him on stage, he kind of looked like he was cute. He was just jumping up and down. I was like, oh, look at that guy.
I mean, he's
Duality.
his bass was cute and stuff, but I don't know. He had that like aura, you know?
He comes off like a smiley and a tiny bit dopey in the best way possible. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the lovable dope rapper, but like I don't know, I like LOCO.
He was the winner of actually Show Me the Money 1. And back when
Yes.
he
There
was
you
on that
go.
show, he was very like indie and like he was very like minor. And he would like he was something. He was like a little kid that you see in your neighborhood. You say hi to, home from school.
But talking about Show Me the Money, since Produce 48 unfortunately ended, starting next week we're going to be covering Show Me the Money in our post shows. So
Yep.
be on the lookout for that. That should be interesting because Warren knows a ton about rap. If y'all don't know.
Yo, show me the money.
But next we're gonna go over the show winners for this week. So for the show, which is on Tuesdays, there was no broadcast/winner. I'm assuming because it was the Asia Games were going on still. But now the Asia Games are over, so all of these shows should now be back online every single week. Yeoja Idol won show champion for Han, which was their first win for the song, which is they're doing well because they're an idol group and this is their
Yeah.
second song that has won something. So and show champion is although it's probably a lower tier show, a win's a win. Like
Yeah.
Win's a win.
and M Countdown Red Velvet won with Power Up, their 10th win for that song. Craziness.
Wow.
Wow.
And then Music Bank and Inkigayo were won by Bangtan Sonyeon, so BTS. So they have now 2 wins for Idol. And the interesting thing is this is the end of their Korea promotions. They're going to America right away.
Wow.
So shout out to them. They killing it. And then lastly, the show Music Core, which was on Saturday, they didn't broadcast because of the Asia Games final soccer match with South Korea won. Let's go.
Hey,
Let's
yo.
go.
And now Song Hyung-min, who, for those of you who don't know, is Korea's best soccer player, and he was approaching the age where he had to go to the army, but since they won, he's exempt. So yay!
Yay.
So happy for him.
Yes.
I'm jealous. Me.
But now we're going to go into our main topic, which is our K-pop biases. So I looked up the definition of a bias in K-pop specifically for people who don't know. So a bias is, in K-pop, the member of an idol group that is your favorite. A person may have one ultimate bias and many other biases from other idol groups, or have one ultimate bias alone. This term is derived by having a bias towards a particular person. So pretty much your favorite person in K-pop, you could have multiple, one for group, or you could just have one person that you think is your ultimate bias.
So it's like the K-pop version of waifus.
I guess so, but not to that extent for a lot of people. But let's see. I normally start things off, but I'm gonna make Warren start today.
What, me?
Yeah.
Shit.
Go
All
on.
right.
Go Warren.
So I was thinking last week, ever since we decided this topic, right, about my biases. Biases? Okay.
Biases.
And they all begin with J. So my name is Warren. I come to represent the Triple J Union. The first one of those unions is the Church of Jooheon, our Lord and Savior of Twice. She suffered 10 years for your sins and
Oh.
debuted. She's one of those people, right? Like initially, I wasn't really interested in. So last week I talked about Twice and how I got into Twice, and initially I was really into Jooheon, and I still am. You know, I was really into short-haired girls. She, like since she has short hair, she kind of stands out compared to everyone else. So I was really into Jooheon.
Bro, I feel you on the short hair. Let's go
Yeah,
short
dude.
hair.
Short hair, y'all should get more short-haired girls. Anyways. Yeah. So yeah, I was really initially into Jooheon. Then Cheer Up comes out, and then there's a scene in their Cheer Up music video where they're doing their melody dance, their main dance, where they have like both arms going up like like making the Y thing, and then this really big-eyed girl is staring down at the camera,
Oh my god.
and I was like, holy shit! Look at this girl with big eyes. And that's how I became into. That's how I really got into Geo. It's honestly how it is.
Are you sure you don't like her specifically for her other body parts too, bro?
that
Oh.
that
Okay, so I'll give a quick backstory. So Jooheon on their so Twice had an elimination show to make the team. So it was called 16, and on that show, Jooheon was pretty much fat shamed throughout the entire show. One of the main storylines was her weight, and then of course now that she's a debuting idol, she's lost a ton of weight since then. And I'm gonna put this in the nicest way possible. Nowadays, she is known for having a large chest region. Like,
Oh my god.
like
I mean, she is.
I think
known
she's a
for her
great
boobs,
girl,
that's
but
what it
like
is.
that's literally one of her like standout features that most people know her by.
The thing is, I was really into Geo before she was like famous for her mid region. I'll say mid region.
Oh my god.
I don't know. What would you rather have me say?
I think it's fine. Just continue.
All right.
Just continue.
Okay. But okay, I got into her before that. Then I was like, yo, her personality is like an angel. She's like, she takes care of everybody. She's like one of the best singers in the group. She is the best singer in the group. Y'all know that shit. So I was like, yo, Jihyo, shit, damn.
So my question then is, I know you mentioned those two biases, but like for you,
Right.
what makes someone attractive as a bias for you? Like, what are you looking for in a bias?
If they're pretty.
That's it.
That's it.
No.
Oh my
It's
God.
not
Oh
it.
my
It's not
gosh.
it. It's like they gotta be like visually, aesthetically pleasing, but they also gotta be like a good person. You know, like
You know, okay.
personality wise.
I agree. Similar to like real life dating, you have to be, I wouldn't say physically attractive, but you have to be okay with their like visuals first. Like,
Honestly, kind of, yeah.
and then after then, you
Also-
can sort through all the people who you think are visually attractive, and then you can choose based on other criteria. But that's
Yeah,
that's the real talk of it.
At first, when I was really into Twice, when I was first getting into Twice, I really liked Taeyeon too. But like, I kind of low key think her personality is cringe. Although like, I know a bunch of people don't think that. I kind of think her personality is cringe, and that's why I don't kind of like her, even though I think she's like really, really pretty.
I agree because
You guys know what I mean, right?
she
Like,
comes
Yeah,
off
yeah.
she comes off like so quirky sometimes to the point where I wonder if it's an act.
yeah, that's the vibe I get sometimes. Like Momo, you can kind of tell she's like not faking her dumbness sometimes. I shouldn't have said that.
Oh my
No,
god.
no, that's
You know what I mean,
true.
right?
That's true. I've looked this up, and people say she also sounds a little dumb in Japanese.
Yeah, she has some weird accents going on in Japanese too. Apparently, I don't know. But yeah, that's so I mentioned two parts of my triple J union. So
Yeah, yeah.
up until a couple months ago, it was a double J union.
Mhm.
And if you've been following our after hour podcasts for Produce 48,
Mhm.
y'all know who I support and promote and ask you guys to vote. That's Takahashi Juri right there. Holy shit. I don't know what I like. I don't know why I exactly like her, but I thought about it and when I was looking up stuff for Produce, I saw a lot of videos of her like on Japanese variety shows. And she's
Mhm.
pretty fucking funny.
You know, so I'm not a jury bias, but for me, I like her because number one, she's very wholesome. She seems like
Mhm.
she seems like if you were in elementary school, she'd be like the class leader. That's the type of
She
vibes I
Mm.
seems
get
so
from her.
Yeah.
approachable. Yeah.
Yes. Also, like honestly, on Produce 48, although I know we'll talk about that more in the post podcast, but I felt like a lot of the Japanese trainees were a lot more like approach. I felt they could be approached a lot more. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
they seemed a lot more wholesome in general. I don't know why, but that was just the feeling I got.
What I noticed is that I feel like I like leaders more than other members in general because I see how they're nice to everyone and like they take care of everyone, and I kind of
Mhm.
go for that. Like my favorite member in Cosmic Girls happens to be Exy as well, who's the leader of that group.
Exy, really? Okay.
Why is that surprising? I wouldn't say she's my bias because I'm not really like invested into like
But
her. Her
out
but
of Uju Sonyo, that's
if
like
out
your
of
favorite.
yeah, if I had to choose out of Cosmic Girls, Uju Sonyo, it would be her.
Yeah, I think that's an important thing. Is like you have biases who are like a tier above normal people you like because I think you could name any group for me and I'll tell you who my favorite person in that group is. But that doesn't
Mhm.
primarily mean
Right.
that person's one of my biases. Like that might be my favorite person in that group, but to be a bias, you have to like get to the next level
Right.
of me being a fan of you. But
Wait, can you pause for a second? There's a bug flying around in my room. I gotta catch it.
okay, that's fine. As long as
I'm
you
gonna
keep
mute.
track of it.
Yeah, be right back.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god. What
It's
a
actually pausing.
He's actually pausing. This is hilarious. So Warren, you were talking about Judy, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so spoiler alert, because we're gonna be talking about lots of Produce 48 now and in the post show. So she didn't make the group, right? Do you feel like you've
Mhm.
become enough of a fan of her to follow her after the show has ended?
Dude, I'm already following her on like everything.
All right, well that's good.
Aw.
That means
Yeah, like
it's true. I wouldn't say
It's
love,
real.
but true fandom.
here's what I think, right? Like I knew the entire time that I knew she wasn't making it ever since like I became invested in
Mhm.
her in
Mhm.
Duru Duru. I knew she wasn't making it, like, and I knew it in my brain. But now that it's a reality, it's like shit, it hurts, you know? Like,
Okay, I feel
god
you
damn.
because one of my favorites was Shitao Miu.
Oh,
She didn't make it.
Mhm.
But I feel a bit of emptiness because it's like at least with the Korean trainees, although they might not get successful, it's easier to follow them in like a K-pop
yeah.
sphere. It's harder to follow these
Yeah,
kids
yeah.
in a Japan scene
I
like
agree.
because
Much more wide.
because number one, it's like at least in K-pop fandom, a lot of things are also in English, right? So it's
Yeah.
easier to track
Mhm.
stuff. But when in the AKB world and the Japan world, it's like hard to find English
Rare.
translations, and it's
Yeah.
like hard to track this stuff down.
The thing is, what really like kind of hits me is like I kind of wanted to see her on like Korean reality shows and like Korean
Mhm.
variety shows, you know.
Aw.
I wanted to see her on Knowing Bros getting shat on by Kang Dong or some shit,
LOL.
and that's not gonna happen. Like she's
I feel you.
like she's not gonna have a need to like write Korean on her social media anymore, and that's
Mhm.
like as a Korean person, that's like, damn.
Wait, doesn't Judy really like K-pop?
Oh, she's a big fan of like Blackpink.
I feel like one day, you know, you never know. You know.
Warren told me he wants to save up money and then go to her handshake event.
What?
Yo,
Wait, you
maybe,
should.
maybe.
That would
Me
be
too,
so
dude.
cool.
I'm gonna go in well, this is a bit of my biases, but my number one bias now in that group is Hitomi. Dude, I want to go shake her head.
Mhm.
Dude, you wanna go
Oh
together?
my gosh.
Hell yeah! Well, let's make a trip eventually, dude. Let's
Dude,
go.
we can make it a vlog. Oh shit.
Yeah, dude, let's do it. But
Alright.
do you got anything
Wait,
else to say about
so-
your biases, or?
So Warren, so out
Yeah,
of this like triple J union, who's like your current
Ooh.
favorite?
Judy.
Currently, is it Judy?
Jonghyun is great. Judy is great, but I have a church I belong to.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
Stay
so it's
loyal.
always Gio.
Wow.
The religion, man. You can't gotta be faithful
Do
in your
you
religion.
look up like
Damn.
videos / photos of her constantly?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Not
how you know.
constantly.
But like,
Like, it's like-
regularly.
Yeah, like I
Okay,
still,
that's how you know you're a fan.
yo, I haven't even but yeah, it's great. This is bound to change. Low key, like I'm not really into Jonghyun as much as I was into her
Mhm.
before. I don't want to say because of her hair, but that's honestly
Bro,
what it
just
is.
wait. They do a sexy comeback and you're all of a sudden Team Jonghyun. What's gonna
See,
happen?
I don't know. Like Mina's been really pretty recently with
Hey,
Mina!
Mina's always pretty.
Yo, I mean,
Truth.
I knew that, but like with her bangs, holy shit, my god. But yeah, you could ask me in like half a year, and like this might change.
Yeah. So the
I
thing
change
with
quite
biases is
frequently.
it's always changing, and even your core biases can change over time.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but go on.
I'll continue.
debate
I'll
that.
I'll go into my story then because it relates to all that kind of stuff. So as I mentioned last week, my first like K-pop group I really liked was SojuTalk, Girls' Generation, and I think my bias in SojuTalk and my first real K-pop bias was Tiffany, and I think it was a number of reasons. Number one, obviously, I thought that she was very pretty, right? But number two, it's because she was from California and spoke English. and I don't know, like she at that point she barely spoke any English on anything, but it was just like the relatability, I think, really made me a fan of her. And then when they did Genie and she said DJ turn it back on, I was like, oh my god. That was like a big moment for me because at that point like English and K-pop was pretty terrible, right? And like she said that and I was like, GG, game over in my heart. So for the longest time, she was my only bias in K-pop for about, I want to say 5 years.
Yo, that's long.
Wow.
Like I liked other people, like I liked Guhara from Kara, like she was one of my favorites. But I realized the only reason I liked other kids was because Tiffany wasn't really known for being on variety shows. Which is one of the main ways you like actually find out about your biases, because like although they're singing and stuff back then, like reality shows was really where you got to know the personalities of the kids in different groups.
Right.
It's very true. Yeah.
And like Guhara was on Chunchu Bupe Invincible Youth, and like she was always doing well on the athletic competitions they have, so she was like my secondary bias. But Tiffany always had a special place in my heart for like the early stages of my K-pop fandom. But I would say over time, probably within the last like 4 years, she's really fallen off for me. Like she'll always have a special place because she was my first like K-pop bias, but
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan, like to the point where I haven't even listened to her new song.
Oh shit.
Like I feel that's a good thing though, because in my mind Tiffany was like back in the Genie era Tiffany. And on a personal level, like I'll be straight up, she's definitely had some plastic surgery done over the years, and I like to remember her around like that time. So between
I
like
see.
2009 to like 2012
Yeah,
is the period I like to remember Tiffany from.
It just kind of sounds like you kind of moved on from a previous version
Yeah,
of
because I
Tiffany.
feel like this is the best way I could put it. She looks like too polished. I don't know how to, like. So
I definitely know what you mean.
like you remember Megan Fox from Transformers?
Yeah.
At the start, when you first saw the movie Transformers, you're like, oh my god, this girl's so pretty. But then within a couple years, it was like too shiny, like too made up, and that's what I feel like Tiffany's become over time. But I still like her. She has a nice personality. Although I feel like her English speaking has gotten even more Valley Girl-y going forward, which is a little weird because she's been in Korea the whole time. But I don't know.
Yeah, I remember I saw her on a Saturday Night Korea skit.
Mm-hmm.
Her accent was like full on like.
It's
Jersey
pretty
white
heavy.
girl.
It's pretty
Yeah.
heavy. But
Kind of surprised me.
But like my falling off on Tiffany also had to do with me not being as into K-pop for a couple years, especially around like my senior year of college. But after I met, honestly, I met you guys and I started getting into K-pop again. I got new biases. So the first one that hit me like a train was Sana from Twice. Now, originally she wasn't my favorite person in that group. I was a humongous Mina fan for a while, but with biases, it comes down to not only their looks but their personalities. And for me, Mina is a kind of like unapproachable. And that's not her fault. She's a very quiet girl, and I guess that's her charm. But for me, I like someone who's more bubbly and overall more cheerful. And Sana kind of fits that mold perfectly for me.
Yeah, Sana is very cheerful.
So although for me, Twice is on the decline, my fandom for Twice a little bit. Sana's always, I think, my number one bias still. But then Produce 101 Season 1 started. And there was this girl from Jellyfish Entertainment who was literally like a bro, but in a girl's body, Sejong. And I was like, this is the best person ever. That's honestly what I thought. Now, in terms of me being a huge fan of Sejong, it's tough because in the post IOI era, which was the group that came out of Produce 101, she's in Gugudan, and they really, for the lack of a better word, suck. So
That's a good word.
It's hard for me to maintain my fandom of Sejong because the group is so terrible. I love watching her on all the variety shows and stuff, and it's almost like I separate her from the group in my head.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you.
Because at the end of the day, they're your biases because they're K-pop idols, and K-pop is music, right? So when the music sucks,
Yeah.
it's a lot harder to maintain a fandom for someone.
Yes, yes.
So with Gugudan struggling, I still watch everything she's in, but like I really disconnect her from Gugudan as a whole. So I would say it's definitely Sana's my number one bias. Sejong is still around a little bit, but sort of like Warren, since Produce 48 started, man, if I developed some I wouldn't say strong feelings, but I'm deep into two people who've made the final group of the IS one, which is the group that's gonna come out of Produce 48. My two biases in that group are Sakura and Hitomi. Sakura's an easy pick for me because number one, she likes playing video games. I like playing video games. She's pretty. It's easy. It's easy to become a fan of her in my position, right? But my fandom for Hitomi came out of nowhere, and I honestly think it's just because she has really large cheeks. I think she is the most adorable person ever.
She's very
Oh,
cute.
She's-
When did you realize it was from the beginning?
No, this is within like 3 weeks.
Oh my god.
Like the entire run of Produce 48. So Produce 48 was 12 episodes. Until like episode 8, I was 100% Team Sakura. Like she was the only person I watched on that show pretty much. But then all of a sudden, I saw this girl with big chubby cheeks, and I was like, this is the best person ever. So I'm still a huge Sakura fan, but these days I am 100% Team Hitomi. I followed her on Instagram. I read her Twitter and try to translate what the hell's going on.
Oh my gosh.
Good
True
thing.
fan.
And I like look up all the gifs of her and her cheeks. It's hilarious. But she's so cute, and she might be higher on the bias list for me than Sana is at this very moment.
What?
Whoa, okay. Then I gotta ask. All right, besides Tiffany, because she's kind of like from the past. Sana, Sejong, Sakura, Hitomi.
You want me to order them? I can do it.
Yeah, what's your ranking? Yeah.
Right now, it is probably Hitomi 1,
Wow.
Wow.
Sana 2,
Wow.
Sakura 3, Sejong 4.
How far is like the gap between Sakura and Sejong?
Humongous.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
Like,
that's
if we were going from a scale of 1 to 100, where 100 is like my maximum fandom, I don't think anyone's ever my maximum fandom because I always like to have multiple people I bias. But Hitomi's like sitting at like a 90, right?
Whoa.
Wow.
I would say Sana's
Indeed.
at like an 80, with Sakura at like a 78. She's very close, and then Sejong's at
Wow.
like a 60.
Shit, that's like that's barely passing if that's a class.
I know, like Sejong's like dude, one more bad Gugudan song and it might kill my fandom.
No.
It's really it sucks. But I'm someone who always
Wow.
like I'm flavor of the month. You guys know that. Whenever
Mhm.
someone releases a new song, I'm like, this person's the best. But
I'm really kind of surprised Sejong is still kind of on your bias list because I kind of fell off her
she's
train a while
holding
ago.
on by a thread, and like
Jesus.
every time Sakura does something nerdy or funny or releases a video of her playing video games, she drops even further down.
Mm.
Mm.
You know, if I had to pick one person from iZone, it would either be Sakura or Hitomi too.
그렇지. But I think in general,
Oh.
biases are like it makes fanning K-pop as a whole a lot more fun because you do your research when you see like a cute picture of them,
Yeah.
your like heart melts a little, right? Like, and honestly, when you bias someone hard, you just want to tell everyone why this is the best person ever.
Yes.
And
Wait, what? I don't do that.
yes, you do, bro. Are you kidding?
Yes, you do,
Bro,
Warren.
Warren just subscribed to some kind of AKB app where he gets jury
Wow.
updates. He paid money for this.
What?
Yeah, you're in
You
deep too.
paid money?
Wow.
Okay, it was only $3 a month.
But still,
That's
dude,
still money.
I mean, like,
It's
it goes.
okay.
I mean,
I
yeah,
spent more money on my biases, so.
But
Yeah.
I will be
Dang.
buying iZone albums until I get either a Sakura or a Hitomi one.
Well,
But yeah, dude, Team Hitomi. Well, Team Hitomi's cheeks, and there is a Twitter called like Hitomi's cheeks, I think.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so
That girl's like a human rabbit. You know, like big cheeks.
okay,
Yeah,
here's the funny
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
When you look at her, so when you're looking on the left, but her right side, her right cheek is bigger than her left. If you noticed,
Oh.
they're uneven, and it's so cute.
I gotta look this up. Honda Hitomi.
Dude, I would pay so much money to poke her cheek. I would pay like
Oh my
What?
god.
I would pay like
Yo.
10 G's, bro. Like it would be a life
Yo, yo,
dream.
yo, yo.
Wow.
If you go to the handshake event,
No, you can't touch
no
them. Are
one-
you kidding? I would like that's completely off limits, but like it would
Wait,
be
is it?
hilarious if I
thought you
could. But yeah, so those are my like main biases for now. But I feel like biases are just an extension of liking K-pop in general, because it's like although you like certain groups, you always like specific people in these groups. And I think everyone who listens to K-pop a decent amount has a bunch of biases. But I'll hand the mic off now to which one of you was going next? I think Anita was going next, so we're gonna
Me?
make Anita go. So go, Anita.
Alright. Okay. So I think I have 3 core, like forever and ever I will support, would want to meet if I could, biases, and then I guess one more recent one. So no particular order, like the 3 that I've looked for, or I've supported for a long time are Onyu from Shiny, Jooheon from Techies, and Kim Jun-soo from JYJ now. So those 3 are the
Anita,
top 3.
You are
Yeah.
so loyal. Like it's incredible. 'Cause all of these are like 옛날 사람 or like people from the past, and it's great.
Is Unjiwon even still an idol? Like,
Yes,
Yes.
he is.
Yes.
Bro, in the upcoming releases, SG Wannabe's releasing a song.
Yes.
Yay.
SG
But continue, Anita.
Yeah, so I'll talk about those 3 first. So I think I guess when I think of a bias, or how I refer to a bias, is more than just someone that you really like, either physically or personality wise. I see them as someone that I really, really wish that they do really well. So I think I admire more like their character traits, and like I just want them to do well and be happy and stuff like that.
Yes.
So for me, I think like the first one that went to like at that level of caring about a person without really knowing them, it would have to be Onyu. And
Mhm.
I guess, I mean, I think I've been told that I also go for like the leader types, for the people that are very caring and take responsibility. So that's what I admired about Onyu, and I think more so because I don't think he's that outgoing or that demanding to the other members. Like I think he seems kind of very in the background as far as a leader. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I admire took the leadership without really being a natural at it.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, going off of what you said, I think a whole like the main thing about being having someone as one of your main biases is it's like it's not even you're a fan of them, it's to the next level where you want them to do well in life.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, exactly.
and it's like when you see pictures of them tired, you worry. You like I hope
Yeah.
they're eating well and sleeping
Mhm.
enough and it's not too crazy. And it's more than just like I like this person because they're in this group and they're attractive. It's more like I like this idol as a person,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I hope that their life is going well and they can navigate the cruel world of K-pop okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's kind of like how I view it as well. And then later on, I found out about TBSK, and then I think in general, I wouldn't say that I don't pick a bias. I don't say that I choose one. I think it takes a long time for me to in that regard, and I think that was the case Junsu as well, because I think what I really noticed about him at first was like his singing ability. I think he has like one of the greatest voices in K-pop music in general.
He does.
Yeah, he's so talented, and I know he's had a rough time as far as like promoting and
Mm-hmm.
just being in the music industry. But I think what I liked about him the most was that he just seems so into what he's doing. Like he wants to perform, he wants to do musicals, he wants to do um, like just be in entertainment in general. And even though he was blacklisted through JYJ, I think he's still trying to follow his dream and say just do what he really loves to do. And he's also a really great dancer, and just a great performer. And then I feel like whenever I say I like Unjiwon,
Oh my
people
god.
get really surprised. Warren was really surprised
I
about
can
this.
explain that in a second.
Yeah, so I think what I like about Unjiwon is that um it's really really funny, but I feel like he also has that trait of like he really cares about the group, and um even though I don't think he is the most soft spoken person or like the smartest, um I think he has like good intentions, and he seems kind of innocent in a way.
I mean, it's
Like,
amazing that one of your biases is a 40-year-old divorced man.
okay, but I think it just has to do with like his character. It doesn't seem to me like he has bad intentions. Like
That's true.
I don't think he's a bad person. His marriage didn't work out,
Yeah,
but
he
I don't think
definitely.
that labels you as like a difficult, like irresponsible person. So yeah, I like him because he's really entertaining. He's funny, but he's also pretty talented. Like he's a
Mhm.
really good dancer. His solo career, as far as like rapping and stuff, um, he was doing okay, but then he kind of let it go, and then he went to variety, and then when he came back with Techies, I think he really demonstrated like his musical ability through that.
He definitely went through like after the divorce era. He definitely struggled.
Yeah,
Like he wasn't looking good
yeah, it
for
was
a couple
rough.
years. He was
Yeah.
looking really rough.
Yeah.
But I think his group coming back really like pulled him out of the gutter.
Hmm.
How do you feel about him being the nephew of the previous president?
Yeah, I
Oh
know
my
about
god, we're
that
bringing
too.
politics into this.
No,
Jesus.
just question.
So,
That-
so for those of you who don't know, Eun is the nephew of the impeached Korean president Park Geun-hye, but kind of controversial. But we'll see what Anita thinks.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think anybody gets to choose their family,
That's
so
true.
That's true.
I don't really know much, like if he had any hand in anything that happened with that, since he's the nephew. But I don't know. I don't think he ever explicitly said he supported her, as far as I know, or anything that she did. So yeah, I don't know. I didn't really hear anything correlating him to like supporting
He
her.
tweeted multiple times, like
Mhm.
explicitly supporting the president.
Hey man,
You
you
did.
don't choose your
But-
biases. Your
but-
biases choose you.
But
Oh.
That's true.
dude, I kind of feel bad for Eunjun because of that, because like he was definitely like struggling.
Wait,
with
did
the whole-
he? So he tweeted that before the scandal or after?
Oh yeah, way before the scandal, like back
Oh,
when like
okay,
she was
okay.
like actively trying to become a president.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's why I kind of feel bad for Jooheon.
I mean, like he just
Yeah,
ended up on
yeah.
the wrong. Like there's a like
Yeah.
there's I wouldn't say there's a winner and loser and everything, but like he just got the bad end of the stick on that. It's not really his fault either. It's not like he's the one who's corrupting the government.
Yeah. That's why I
That's
felt bad.
true.
But I think it's amazing that Anita supported him through all of his like struggle city. Like, yeah, all of your idols are like the theme is like struggling.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
I feel like Eunjiwon, there's definitely like his like variety side of him,
Mhm.
but then I
Mhm.
feel like Anita, like you like him like in Chex Kiss, right? Like you like him
Yeah.
like as an idol, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think I knew about him more. The first time I heard about him was in Variety, but then I think seeing
Right.
his other side in the group definitely made me like
Yeah,
him more.
exactly. Like that's why like I saw a new side of Eunjiwon like through
Mhm.
like Infinity Challenge and like him as a
Yeah.
leader, like him dancing and singing. That's why I was like, wow, like if I was alive in the 90s, I would have
Yeah.
sang it Eunjiwon too.
But
Yes.
is that all you got,
So-
Anita?
Oh wait, there's okay. So here's a more recent one, but I have conflicting feelings about this.
Ooh.
Oh.
So as I mentioned before that I like NCT and I really I think they're one of the rookie groups that I really listen to, and I really like their stuff and the members in general. But I guess I kind of have more of a bias, or I really am interested in from NCT. But my conflict with this is that I have a really hard time like having a bias or liking people, supporting people in that way that are younger than me. It feels
Really?
weird. Yes.
Wait, I think you might have cut off.
Yes.
It's who is it in NCT that you're a fan of?
Jaehyun.
Jaehyun. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's only 1 year younger.
Yeah, it's only
But
one
it's
year.
Bro,
still younger.
All of my biases are hella younger than me.
Anita. Jaehyun is
Yeah.
Face.
still older than me by like half a year.
But still, it's weird. I don't know.
Hey,
Maybe it's
I
because
like Jisung.
Oh,
Fam,
He's
Hitomi's
born in
God.
2002.
dude, Hitomi's like 10 years younger than
Wow.
me, bro.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Dude, she's a 2000.
Wow.
I'm born 92. She's a 2001.
Oh my
my
god.
2001.
But it's like but biases. It's not like romantic feelings. Any of that. I ain't no
Oh,
creep.
Yeah,
no,
I
it's
know, but
not.
Yeah.
I just want
Still
to.
weird.
I just want to pat her on
For
the
me,
head
for me.
and be like, "Good job. Like, get your dreams."
Okay, I guess Anita likes oppas.
Yeah, Anita likes oppas. Dang.
like no,
far up.
I don't know.
Tiffany's older sister, or Nuna, as the term is for me. But like, all of my biases are like way younger than me.
I mean, I feel like
Mm.
that's kind of happened because like you've been into K-pop like recently,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
everyone that's active is
It's
like
younger, other than like
kind of younger than you. Yeah.
the Gen 2 groups that are like struggling.
right.
But I don't really like any of them. So, but what's your problem with liking someone younger than you?
I don't know. I think I feel weird because I'm the oldest in my family, so whenever I see someone younger than me, I feel like, oh, it's like my siblings. Like my siblings are younger than me. Like I take care of them in that way. But I feel like as far as like a bias, like it has a combination of both being like a sibling, like caring
Okay,
for
I
them in
see,
that
I
way,
see.
but also you know what I mean?
Okay,
It's
so
a little
I categorize my
odd to me.
biases in like those categories.
Ah, okay.
Like, Tiffany, Sana, and Sejong are in like is that romantic? But it's like not even at that level. But it's like someone who's around the age of people you could potentially like date. Do you know what I mean? It's different.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Versus-
See, maybe that's what it is for me because it's closer to my age.
Mm-mm.
Either like people that are way older than me, or
That's true.
not at all.
Whereas these days, my
Yeah.
new bias is like Sakura and Hitomi. They're so young. I view them as like I want them to be my little sister. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I feel that way for Hitomi as well.
there's definitely a distinction versus like could you imagine my bias for Hitomi comparing it to for Tiffany? It's two completely different things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But talking about people who like younger kids, Jenny, you should go now.
I do not. Okay. All right, is it my turn now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so I think I'm gonna kind of quickly go over like my history of X biases and then
X
talk about
biases,
my
let's
current
go.
one because that's what it matters.
Mhm.
Okay, like I mentioned in the last episode that top was probably my very first bias. And then I went through Wooyoung from 2PM, pretty obsessed with him. And then Jooheon from Beast. And then I liked B.I. from Icon and Youngjae from GOT7.
I have a question about one of them. So
Yes.
when you found out that Joohyung, he was the one with the Guhara scandal, right?
Yes.
Did your bias for him end right when you found out he was in a dating scandal?
No.
Okay, see.
That's strong.
Okay, but
That's
back
really.
then
real
I
fan.
did think of them as like a male, like a guy, not
I
just
feel
like
you.
someone,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I was a little girl. I was looking up to them, but
Yeah.
also like I really, really liked them, like as a person and as a guy.
There's like
Yeah.
a oh, she's cute, and then there's a oh, she's cute, like
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
exactly that, right?
So I would say for Joohyung, Wooyoung, and B.I. and probably Youngjae, like I had those kind of feelings. Okay, I'm
That's
gonna admit it.
That's fine.
Did you ever? You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but
Uh-huh.
have you ever like fantasized like about
Oh my
them
God.
and like
No,
personally
no.
interacting? Okay, I just wondering.
Are you talking about like fanfics and stuff?
No. Just
Okay,
like
that's okay. No, I.
Did you picture your
okay,
life
maybe-
with one of them in your head?
Oh.
just like you would go to
Um,
sleep and you would like try to go to sleep and you'd be like, oh shit, I
Maybe like
Bi.
yeah,
Or she
maybe
could
be
text him.
no. Okay, that's,
Oh,
that's
wait, what?
so wrong.
What's wrong with texting a person?
Yeah, I guess.
Warren,
sure,
how do you
text-
feel
like,
about Judy in that sense?
Yeah, I wish I could text Yuri.
Oh,
See, it's like you want to get to know them as a person, as a
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah.
I want to text her and be like, yo, it's okay. You're still popular in AKB. You got this, Spam. You got this.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. Anyway, these people are like unimportant to me right now. I still support them. I want them to do well. But in my book, the biases, they don't just like pile up. I like move on from one to another, right? So Junyoung, Wooyoung, B.I.
is there a
okay,
car
I love you
alarm
guys.
going off?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really loud.
I'll go close the window.
Wait, it's Warren?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just mute it.
All right, continue, Jenny.
Okay, anyway, I want to talk about Dio from EXO.
Go for it.
And he's probably the person that I've been like the most invested in my whole
Mhm.
K-pop life. Like I said, like I have a fan account of him. I mean, he's objectively really good looking, right? And
I'll give you that.
he's really cute, and his voice
Mhm.
is amazing.
Really
He sings really
good.
well. He just has a lot of meryok, like
He's a good actor,
charm.
too.
Yeah.
He's a good actor. Okay, the thing is, I kind of fell off his train after he started acting. I did support
Oh.
like his first few, but then I think I like idols who are kind of more artisty and they have
Okay.
a lot of talent. Like if you look at like my past idols like B.I, for example, like he's so
Mhm.
talented at making music, rapping, dancing. And Dio was talented in like singing. That's why I first fell for him and his cute face. But when he started acting, I was just kind of like, yeah. But then my current bias right now is Park Woo-jin from 101.
Oh, snap.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. And I think I don't think it's close to like as Dio, but you guys do know that like produce the show, like it really gets you invested into these
Hell
kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
now I
Yeah.
know. Jesus.
Dude,
Yeah,
I have the
because
post-produced blues right now. It's terrible. But
Aw.
continue.
Same.
exactly, like because it's like a competition, like you really like you want to like protect them, like, you
Mhm.
want to you want to debut them, like I don't know. It was just really like intense feelings I've had when the show was going on last year. And Woojin, I don't think of him as like, oh, like I want to date him or like I want to be friends with him. Like he's kind of like Doug's, like he told me. Like I just want him to do well. I'm just really proud of him for all he's done. Like that's why I feel like I truly like him as an idol than like any of the other biases I had. And I think that kind of changed for me as I aged. So I
Hmm.
totally understand like what Doug's saying. Like I don't think Woojin is like, I mean, of course, like he's a great dancer, he's cute, and I don't know. It's it's like how I like Jisung from NCT. He's like a baby, you know. He's born in 2002, but I like him because like of his dances, you know,
Mhm.
not because of he's a young kid. That I didn't even know he was that young when I first saw him. I mean, I did because it
That's
came out with
true.
Shuiko. But I think my standard for bias is like talent because I
Ah.
didn't. Yeah, because Woojin, I saw his face and I didn't even think it was like it wasn't even memorable to me. But
It's
after
not
I
that
saw his
memorable.
dance,
Yeah, he's a great dancer.
I was hooked. And I was like, wait, he's really cute. That's like I think that's what makes me think like they're cute by their talent.
Hmm.
For me, it's like dorkiness. Like
Oh, same.
Personality, yeah.
cutesy dorkiness is what gets me, honestly.
Yeah, I think like the personality is what makes you like stay. Like
Yeah,
for me,
yeah.
what
Yes,
attracts me
yes,
first is the
yes.
talent, but the personality makes me like stay with them.
Yeah, so like everyone, like at first you got to screen based on looks. Honestly, that's like, or on something like superficial like that. There's always a thing, but then you find out their personalities, and that's what makes it actually stick and become your bias.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Once you open the book, you know.
But yeah, it's like, man, I feel like I need to be more hardcore in my biases compared to you guys. Dang.
Jenny, I have a question.
Yes.
So you said you were into Dio at one point, right? Like
Yes.
you still are, but not really because after he started acting a lot.
Okay, I wouldn't say that's the reason. It's just, I guess it's like whole EXO, the group as a whole. See, bias is one
Yeah, I
thing, but
agree.
you also begin to support the whole group if you like one
Yeah,
person.
Yeah.
So if I kind of move away from a group, I kind of move away with the bias too.
I completely agree. Like
Yeah.
Gugudan has really it's a struggle for me to like
Exactly.
Sejong because they're not good.
Mm.
So it has nothing to do with Dio getting a buzz cut.
Oh no, it does have to do with that too. I gotta
Oh.
say, like Dio, I like Dio as an idol. I never liked him as an actor. You know, when I first started to like him, and I
Yeah.
do support him in whatever he does, but you know, it's just different. Like, do you
Yep.
think you'll like
Mhm.
Judy if she gets the buzz cut? Like,
Bro, if Sakura got a buzz cut, she would just have giant ears. It would be terrible.
okay, Sakura would look really cute.
No,
No,
stab.
what the fuck are you saying?
But no, yeah.
Anyway,
I think this was interesting because I didn't realize some of the reasons why you like these people in general. But
oh yeah, for me it's the talent. That's where it's at first.
But I think that's a pretty good ending point for our talk on biases. But everyone has their own biases in K-pop, and it's fun to like specific people because it's someone to cheer for specifically.
Yeah.
It's a good time. But let's go through the news articles from the last week. So the first one I got is BTS break their own record for fastest K-pop group to reach 100 million music video views on YouTube. It took them only 4 days and 23 hours.
Oh wow.
Oh my god.
That's
fast.
ridiculous. So shout out to BTS. They're killing it. They're going to do that concert at Citi Field in New York City in October. And I think that's just like a test run for like the worldwide stadium tour that's going to destroy all records next year.
Wow.
But the second one I have related to BTS is Big Hit Entertainment announces their first global audition.
Wow.
The interesting thing is
Big.
they only want males, and you have to be you have to be 1998 or younger.
Mm.
So 20 and younger, only males.
Did Bang Seok do
Yeah.
like another weird rap video to like have people audition again?
Not sure, but I don't know. It should be funny. If you're listening to this
Huh.
and like you want to try out, you never know. It might work out.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm gonna try out. I'm gonna be the next.
You're
Hey,
older than
boy.
98,
You're
bro.
not old. You're not young
You're
enough.
too
I'll
old, bro.
lie about my age.
LOL.
Guys, I'm actually 1999. I'm young.
They're trying to make a little second BTS.
I think
aren't
they're gonna
they?
They're
try to.
trying
My guess is
to.
they would like debut them right when all of them have to go to the army.
Oh,
That would be a
that's
good
true.
They're just trying to future-proof themselves for like 3 years in the future.
Yeah.
It's really interesting how like they aren't debuting any girl groups.
Yes.
Well, they
Okay,
haven't
I
worked
think
out.
it's because exactly because Bang Seok is
Yeah.
probably like too hurt by what happened to
Yeah.
Glam.
Jesus.
Glam, dude. I was a huge Glam fan.
They were so good. Too
Until
bad.
They,
yeah.
until
that thing.
Glam,
they are.
Glam debuted when I was in Korea, so that's why they were like special to me.
Oh right, yeah.
See, my guess was that ever since glam kind of happened, they sent all their female trainees to Source Music because apparently Shinbi used to be a part of Big Hit. And
Yeah,
she debuted as
Mm.
girlfriend. And
that's
G-Friend.
why girlfriend like their choreographer was the same as the BTS one.
Oh really?
Oh.
Interesting.
Uh,
Interesting.
But
Hmm.
next I have JYP Entertainment surpasses SM Entertainment in market cap for the first time ever. So technically now JYP is worth more money than SM.
let's
Dang.
go.
Go twice.
Twice. It's literally like most of it's twice money.
Go twice.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that it's like over SM, who's also doing pretty well right now. So that's some food for thought.
Red Velvet. Mhm.
But next I have Jellyfish Entertainment. We announced last week that they're doing a new boy group, but they released the name of the new boy group. It seems like they're
Oh my
going
gosh.
they're going pretty fast with this whole process. It's
Hmm.
quite shocking, and it's called Very Very or VRVR in short.
Mm.
I don't know how I feel, dude. They doing
Why?
they doing Vix and Gugudan dirty.
Yes, I agree.
Their names are so weird. I think Gugudan's really weird too, but very, very.
Yeah, but this is
This is
terrible.
at another level.
This is terrible for Vix and Gugudan in general.
You know what this very very name reminds me of?
What?
It reminds me of very 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 from IOI.
Yeah. Okay. No.
Mm.
No. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, do you know what it reminds me of when I see VR?
Yeah.
Virtual
VR
reality,
technology.
That's what I
virtual
thought.
reality.
I thought it was virtual reality, but we'll see. Maybe Jellyfish
No,
has
maybe
some
that's their
like
concept.
monster trainees
Maybe
hidden.
that's their concept.
Wait, they have one kid who was on Produce.
He left. He
Oh,
left Jellyfish.
All right. Well, GG.
went-
We don't know anyone then.
Yeah, he went back to being like a college student, and because he's like an engineer.
Who
Yeah.
And
was it?
then it was Yoon Hee-seok from Produce 101.
Ah.
But,
Yeah, but I heard he's going back to a trainee.
Okay.
Oh.
Good for him. Good luck to him too. But lastly, we have Meichi, Janyi, and Songso won't be a part of Cosmic Girls' September comeback.
Oh
Whoa.
fuck!
Hmm.
Oh.
So basically,
Damn.
So Cosmic Girls is I think 13 members at this point, and they have 3 Chinese members, and none of them will be in the next comeback, which is odd because Cosmic Girls is teetering on an edge, like a knife edge right now, where they either fall into irrelevance or they make a push into, I wouldn't say top tier, but like up the ladder where they can win music shows. They're really at that point where they have to be making moves. And I would say Songso was arguably their most popular member.
Yeah.
And not having her around for the next comeback is terrible, in my opinion.
Hmm.
I feel like if they come back with like a really good song, it probably gives like the Korean members a chance to shine
but
too.
it better be a hit, or else they're
Yeah,
trying
it
to
has,
needs to
has
be,
to be a
yeah.
hit. Yeah, it can't be another happy.
Yeah.
Gosh.
So
No.
also, so the reasoning is because Meichi and Janyi are in Rocket Girls, which is the winning group out of Produce 101 China, and they had a bunch of contract disputes, but basically now they have to do that instead of Uju Sonyo right now, so that's why they're not in it. And Songso is on so many Chinese shows and making so much money there that she just doesn't have the time to do Uju Sonyo.
I see.
So we will keep a watch on this because we like Uju Sonyo, Warren and I. So
Yeah. I noticed a lot of fans are like shitting on like Chung Shao right now because she's like the other 2 girls they signed up for a different thing. Okay, we kind of knew this was gonna happen. Then Chung Shao out of nowhere she's like, "Yo, I can't come because I gotta do TV shows."
yeah,
That's
Oh
kind of
yeah.
it's kind of
The
shitty,
reason
not
is
gonna lie.
it's justified, but it's not good enough in my opinion.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I'm very interested to see their next song because this is probably their most critical song ever. But lastly, let's go through these upcoming releases. There are an absolute ton of releases this coming week. So this is from tomorrow up
Yes.
until next Monday. So tomorrow, Sunmi's coming back with Warning, and Park Jimin's coming back with Jimin X Jamie. So 2 big solo artists coming back.
Yeah.
September 5th, 2 more big artists. We have these Sonushide subgroup OGG coming back with Little Touch. Well, not coming back. They're technically debuting as a subgroup. And then we have The Boys coming back with The
Boys.
Sphere. And this is critical for them because they're also teetering on an edge, I would say.
I have no idea who they are. I'll have to look this up.
And then
They're from low end.
Yes, they're from Lowen. So, pretty big company.
Lowen makes boy groups? What?
Yeah.
They've been
Exactly.
around.
I
So-
just know him as Melon. Holy shit. Sorry, go on.
So, on Thursday, we have SG Wannabe, the veterans, coming back with Let's Meet.
Yay.
Ooh.
That's just interesting in general because like Shinwa just came back too, so that's a little
Yay.
interesting. We got all the old guys coming, and God I think is coming back soon too. So
Yay.
we got all the old guys coming back in fall.
Anita season.
And lastly, next Monday we have Oh My Girl coming back with Remember Me, and then the controversial Pentagon coming back with Thumbs Up. And I felt like they just came back, but I don't know.
That's pretty
No,
soon. Yeah.
Wait, didn't they come back on the first week of our podcast?
That's what I thought.
No.
No?
No. You know why?
didn't.
Triple H came back.
Oh.
Yeah,
yeah.
it was Triple H.
So Pentagon members came back, but not the group. But Oh My Girl and Pentagon are both those like mid-tier groups that need to do well to go up more. So
Yeah.
we will definitely
Oh,
listen.
my
out for
girl's
those.
really good.
Mhm.
But I think that's all we got. So this has been Soju Talk, your weekly shot at K-pop. Please follow, subscribe, listen on the podcasting platforms, including iTunes and Spotify, and also watch our YouTube videos. But after this, we're going to have our post-podcast discussion of the Produce 48 finals. So check that out. That's YouTube exclusive. And joining me today was Warren,
Thank you, everybody.
Jenny,
Thanks, guys.
Anita,
Thank you for listening.
and I'm your boy Doug, Instagram.com/Doug92Kim. So thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye-bye.